Alright, so we're back here with another video. Today we're going to be handicapping Gulfstream Park, the Saturday race card. If you was with me yesterday, we handicapped Friday's card. It actually had turned out to be good weather conditions. The track was upgraded to firm, so our handicapping was able to, our form was able to stick. We played a pick four ticket that did not hit. The last two races, we actually only lost by a nose. Both times our horse came second. We did win the first two races with our horses, and the payout actually paid $600. So that would have been a nice payout, but nonetheless, we're back here today, and we're going to take another stab at it. With the pick four. It's a 13 race card, so I may break a couple videos down breaking down this card, but I will be getting through a pick four ticket today for races 2 to 5. So as I said before, I'm gonna just go through it this time, and if you want to stay with me, that's fine. If not, like I said, I'll be revealing my ticket towards the end of the video, my pick for a ticket, and as well as how I figure how each race is going to play out. If you want to, just stick around for that. But let's dive into the handicapping session. With race number 2, we have a maiden $25,000 claimer, 5 furlongs on the dirt for age 2. So we're going to dive into the 1 horse. He's a first-time starter. The 2 horse, a second-time starter. I want to take a look. First-time starter, first-time starter. So second time starter. First time was on a turf. We have a second time starter. Okay, so we want to check out all the second time starters at first. We have the 8 horse that debuted for $25,000 on June the 26th, which was a Saturday, which was 2 weeks ago. Steady getting in early on the turf. Would we have bet him the first time out? Does he sport any bullet workouts going into the June 26th race? Does not. And he had blinkers on debut. That's not really a good sign. Did not show good speed. We need speed in a 5 furlong 2-year-old race. Don't really like him, even though he's steady getting in early. Right now, don't see him as a use, even though he gets his jockey back. Okay, a 6 horse, immediately dropping in class off of a turf race. Don't really like to see the immediate drop. We have used him in his first career start. Possibly not, because he added blinkers, had a lot of gate drills, and obviously had trouble getting out of the gate, being outran on the turf. So will this horse show speed? It's questionable. Can he? Possibly. Well, at least he out-hard me, aggressive rider. So we're going to keep him, just jot him down. He may be a player. Let's look at the 2. Another sim coming out on common race with that 8 horse. Did not show blinkers, have blinkers. Did have a trouble, and possibly would have bet him in that career debut because he did run sport a bullet workout going into that race. For Luca Panici, we played him yesterday. He almost won with a first time starter, but didn't. This was just show speed. Skipperoni, gosh, I should pronounce it. He's a clacker use because he's a speed factor. So let's take a look at the first time starters. We have the 7, Fernando Pere. Sports no bullet workouts. We don't like betting first time starters without bullet workouts. We're going to just show him as a pass for right now. We got the 5 horse sporting a couple bullet workouts, but now running against. This is a different racetrack. It's not at Gulfstream Park, so them bullets are questionable. We'll keep them in our exotics. We'll think about them. Now this jockey, this trainer won yesterday, a 2-year-old race. But this sire looks very for 16, only 2 workouts coming in. And for the tech, first time out. I'm going to have to pass. Timothy Ham, very good trainer. We lost by a nose with him yesterday. He may be sitting on one today. Does not sport any bullet workouts, though. Lots of gate drills. Cannot be a solid breaker, possibly. We have the one horse that's not sporting any bullet workouts. Actually dropping, he was purchased for 40,000. Now he's entered for 25. They don't really like that move. Consistent workout pattern, but just a lot of gate drills in the beginning of his career and a couple right here. That could just mean trouble out of the gate. Even though this is a good trainer. So far we have the 2. We're going to look back at the 3, who is sporting a lot of gate drills as well. It could mean trouble out of the gate. The 2. So we're going to include the 5 on our ticket. Draw Sammy Camacho, hot rodder, good connections. Now, this trainer looks like it's an unknown. Let's dig up his stats real quick. William Deaton. Get through this one fairly quick. Only because it's for sporting bullets, we want to play him. And if the trainer is a solid trainer, it looks like he's a fairly young trainer, or new trainer. Alright. Okay, he's 0 for 19 in his lifetime with a 2-year-old on the dirt, 0 for 21. If he wants to get his first career lifetime 2-year-old first time starter, he could get him now for my money. So this Strauss is back for me. See how hard Mio. He drew a bullet workout going into that race. Immediately drops in class. Don't really like the blankets first time out. Don't like the run, but he's a class dropper. I do trust him as a jockey. Second time starter could improve. His purchase only for 11,000 was a huge step up for me, especially if that was on the turf. The difference surface change could be a plus. So we're going to include the 6. We're going to include the 2, the 6, the 2 first time starters for right now. Looks like they're going to dominate this field. And if we want to play the 8, let's look at this jockeys. Let's go through the trainer stats real quick, so we can boast a little confidence on who's the best trainer. That's key in these 2-year-old races. Let's see. Okay, new trainer. Guarantee new trainer's really not too good with 2-year-olds. Guarantee you his stats okay, 5 for 73 could win with a second time starter. Did sport a little trouble in debut. Did run the fastest race. Technically last time out. If you're gonna play the 2, kinda gotta play the 8. Okay. Second time starter, second time jockey. I'm including the 2. This horse could sport. He could be closing by the big beast. Fernando Burri. Let's just look at the stats of him. So we know the 7th trainer can win. We have a large card, so we don't want to spend too much time on just one race. But we do want to make sure we cover our bases, you know. Okay, 6 for 89 with the 2-year-olds. Oh, let me change, of course. One for 46 lifetime with a first-time starter. No stats are extremely low. He's not sporting any bullet workouts. Let me jump off of him for right now. So in this race, just like yesterday, you know, the second-time starters ran well. I believe they'll run well today. Five is a long shot play, but the trainers just, yeah. So we're gonna go 2, 6, 8 in this race. In this 2-year-old race, we're gonna make the 6 horse our top pick off the class drop. The jockey, hopefully to show speed off of that. And if we were to go 4 deep, we're going to look at how these races play out, but we may include the 5 as a long shot play in this race. We may include the 5 as a long shot play. Okay, so let's dive into race number 3. We have a 12 horse field, 5 furlong on the turf, 12-5. Now one's a 2. Let's go into it. This horse is 1 for 5 on the turf. He's scratch, main track only, most likely. This horse is 1 for 13. He's not a player in here. So we have the 4, who's 1 for 3. The 1 and the 4 is a player. The 5 isn't a player. The 7 isn't a player. 1 and the 4 are players. The 8 definitely not. The 9, the 1 for 9. 1 for 9, so 4. It's only horses. 1, 4, 9. Okay, what was the class rating on this? Race 76. 76. We said 1, 4, 9 to keep in mind. Our rep do not like a horse that's in for the 10 off 12-5. Probably doesn't belong in this drop back at this level. Once faced it, did not run a lick, do not like him. Can he show speed? Is he a factor? Has not shown speed since his maiden claiming race. Show speed on the dirt at 35-1. On November 11th, on the rail dude on the inside, he could possibly show speed. That was with Bug Boys. Drop back on the inside. Okay, last 2 races was okay. So he's not a factor in this race. He's been beaten. Last in his last 5, 6 races. Don't see any form. Don't see him winning. Jonathan Gonzalez rides this horse. He was claimed for the 12-5. He's won without blinkers. Miss Lumar. Okay. Good horse. Duel. Won the duel. For his maiden races, he dueled. Slight steady gain wide is okay. For 9 ones, a 2 of 20. So this horse could show speed without blinkers. After being claimed out of that race. But who does Miguel Vasquez ride? Because this horse, he has a little bit of excuse. Coming out on 9 winners of 2 of 20. Um, Claim for that 12-5 that was in the Carlos David Bourne. So let's see if Miguel Vasquez has another driver. Doesn't look like he does. Okay. So let's dive into the one horse. This was our next player in here. Last time faced a good track off extended layoff could make a difference in here. Inside was empty. Does have the ability to show speed. Has not won since his 2-year-old campaign, and this is what we do not like to bet. Since 2018, it's gonna be tough for me to take him. Even though it draws Ekazai's Peter Miller. He had him last time all out off extended layoff. Did not run too well, even though it was a good track. 2 starts before that, he moved out. 4th beaten, 5 1/4 lengths. Has not shown speed in his last 4 or 5 races. At the 9 winners or 2 at the 12-5 level. He's taking blankets off today. Could mean a different type of horse. But at 8-1, hasn't won since 2018. Doesn't get the weight break or nothing. He's in for 126. He could be up against it. He's going to have a real tough go of it. His numbers aren't fast of late either, so check him out for right now. So right now we're liking the 4, and that's it right now. So let's look at the horses that have just won on turf. This one we see jumps out. He lost to Miss Omar. Off the duel, ran 3rd in that race. As a 3-year-old, ran a 73. So looking at workouts. Safi Joseph. Could they win back out? We don't know. Let's look at that other horse that ran in that maiden race with him. Black, Bahamian Raspy, okay. Or Emil. We know these connections. Last time out was a 2nd in the 9 winners or 2 at this level, at this condition. As the favorite, show good speed. Probably will possibly show that same speed today. He's definitely a use in here. As a 3-year-old runner. But was beaten by Miss Lumar twice, so he's definitely got to play Miss Lumar. The 4 and the 7 are for sure users. They are speed factors for sure. 4 and the 7 should be out there on the lead. 10 I don't think is fast enough, or it's going to have the class to go with them early. He ran a 73 out of the Miss Lumar. He ran a 75 and then ran, okay. Carlos David. Let's look at the 5 real quick. This horse has blinkers. Don't really like the addition of blinkers. This horse hasn't won since his 2-year-old campaign with the blinkers, as we can see right here, but has not won on the turf and has seen this level of competition 3 times in a row, and last 2 times has had trouble. 2 starts ago was claimed. Put him in against Blasphemy Raspberry, the 7 horse. Bahamian Raspberry, sorry, got his name a little mixed up. So he adds blinkers today. I don't know if that's going to help him out. He's going to have to show speed to go with this horse, to go with these, and I don't think he will. But this horse does draw a look. His one knock is he hasn't won since his 2-year-old campaign. And at 5-2, the reason we can't play him is because of the short price. Definitely take the 4 and the 7 over them. We said the 1 was up against it. Has not won since his 2-year-old campaign as well. The 3 horse we didn't even bother to look at because his form is so literally dead last in his last 6 starts at claiming 8-10 extended routes, 53-1, 83-1. These type of horses you don't spend much time on. If he beats me, I'll look back at it. So 4 and 7. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna look at the 8. He's the same category as the 3. He's 0 for 20 on the turf. I'm not gonna spend time even bothering, even trying to look. He beats me. Look back at it. Non-factor for the 12. 6,000 now. Whatever stepping up. I don't see it. The 9 horse, we already bad form. Okay, this is a very weak field. That's exactly what I'm seeing. So that being said, right off bat, what I'm seeing is a weak field. So a horse that is stepping up in class or down in class could be strong. A horse stepping up in class in good form. That's why we're betting a 7, a 5. Price is low. Okay. We're looking for class height. So the 10, this angle right here may have a play only because he is stepping up in class and he's in good form off of a win. None of these horses are coming off of wins. A 7 is coming off of, a second place effort. That one was nice last time out for Safi Joseph. So 4, 7, 10 looks like our main players. We're just going to look at the 12 and 11 to reassure Needham, Dennis Ward, Bahamian Moon. Okay. This is a class dropper with blankers and switching surfaces. I don't know if he's going to be fast enough to go with these horses. Does he want to run on turf? I don't know if he'll be able to get the lead from that 12. He's going to have some other speed in this spot. He may be a look, though. He may get a look at 12-1, even though he's dropping in class. We have the 11. He's faced his competition already. Broke open the gate, but no visible excuses. Only ran 4th, beating 3 1/4 lengths. This horse is pretty bad with blinkers on, so he doesn't seem like he's going to show speed, even though he's a solid breaker. Doesn't tend to hang around. He's not going to get my play up on a ticket. The 12 is just might just have to leave him off the ticket because of his record on the turf. Doesn't have a win. And I would rather play a horse like the 10, even though his one came on soft. He's faced, similar horses in here. We're actually going to probably use the top 3 from that April 23rd race. Looks like we're going to use all 3 of those runners that came out of that race, and hopefully their form holds up against this field of older that have not run good numbers of recent. Judging by these, the 3-year-olds usually hold up their form, and 9 form is pretty bad. 8 form is bad. The 5, he's carrying that weight against he has the weight advantage. The 3-year-olds have the weight advantage over this 5. So, 4-pound weight advantage. So, and the numbers are solid, this year. All the 3-year-olds. The other horse I would see beating him is this one horse. He's a long shot player here. And I'm kind of coming back to include him. This is a horse the public is most likely going to miss out of. He could make an excuse in his last 2 starts. Something went along that day. He was claimed out of that race for Peter Wilder and extended him off a layoff. He's empty. Ran against these horses at 6-1 on June the 5th. Obviously needed that race that day. Was coming in off a bullet workout. Was touted well. He's taking blinkers off, even though this horse has not won since his 2-year-old campaign. I'm going to use him on my ticket because how weak this field is. Do I want to use this 1 or the 12 as upset possibilities? Something is drawing me towards this 12 Bahamian Moon, who in his debut, he debuted 6 furlongs at a road trip type, then ran 3 consecutive races for the 12, for the 25, 16. He routed him for 25,000. Showed good speed. In all of his career starts. Came up empty for 35 and 20. So this is your lone class dropper. Second time on the turf, which could improve. So if we're going to go plus against the 1 over, the 12 over the 1, he's 15-1. He does have a win 3 starts ago. That's form that holds up. And he's dropping in class, which no other horse in this field is doing. So besides the 11, but 2 starts ago he did face this field and was 28-1 and didn't run too well. So we will include the 12 on here. Hopefully to show speed, lay close, may have class to run these horses down. These 3-year-olds who should show the most speed. The 10, the 9, most likely good breaking. Let me see. The 12 is probably tactical. The 10 is, a speed horse, speed prospect. The 9 form is Larry should not show speed, and I've seen speed from them. The 7 is a speed prospect. The 5, with the addition of blinkers, may show speed, but don't look like he will. The 4 is definitely a speed prospect, shows speed on a couple of these horses. And the 1 who only shows speed in his debut with blinkers did not show speed against this field on June the 5th. So I'll just have the 1 beat me. If there's going to be a horse that I'm nervous of beating, it's the 1 who hasn't won since September 22nd, 2018. If it happens, it happens. So we're going to go 4, 7, 10, 12 in this race. All right, so let's try to get through these next 2 races, and we'll have our pick 4 tickets. So far we're 3 deep and 4 deep, and now we're diving into race number 4, which is 8 horses. Okay, we have a 6 furlong dirt sprint for state bred main special weight 2-year-olds. Okay, so we have 2 first-time starters, a third-time starter, a second-time starter, second-time starter who ran second. This one already looks like a must-use. Added distance where he rallied Goodell Martinez. He was a bug boy that gets that bug right off. Recent, he's riding pretty hot, so probably wouldn't have played him on debut. Not sporting any bullet workouts, but with that race as a 2-year-old, probably needed that race. Should run close, and be running and be closing off the stretch out. So he's going to get used. Let's look at the 3 horse, another one who's sporting bullet workouts I'm seeing off rap. 7. Okay, so he debuted for open, made special weight, added blinkers, but he ran against Uncaptured Gracie. Uncaptured Grace, okay. So he ran better than the 7 ran better than the 3. He's 8-5. Only because his horse showed more speed, and speed is dangerous. So we're not going to even overthink it. We're going to include both of these horses um, in this race. We're going to go with the 3 and the 7 so far. Now, unless one of these first-time starters is sport bullet workouts, it's going to be tough to beat them too. This horse right here, no bullet workouts. Angel Rodriguez for Frank and Kylie, that unknown bug boy jockey. I don't really like him first time out. This is another second-time starter. Okay, this one, Timothy Ham. We know about this trainer. It's tough. Probably would not have played him on debut, not sporting any bullet workouts going into that race. Ran dead last on debut at this level of competition. No visual excuses. Yeah. But wasn't, I guess, ran fast to run a similar number to the 7 who ran the last race time out. So possibly we got Mike Maker and or no Mike Maker is a top 3 jockey, a trainer to me, but this horse sports no bullet workouts. It's gonna be tough for me to go with them in here. No 4 horse running all 4 race first time out. No bullet workouts going into that debut. Probably wouldn't have bet him anyway. Doesn't show me anything to bet him today. The 2, Fernando Bro, we just checked his stats. Doesn't win too many first time out. Doesn't sport any bullet workouts. No gate drills. He'll need a race off wrap. Noble Bird is unknown side that has one does sport a bullet workout, but not on a good track. It's a little leery. On a good track, the numbers slow. Numbers are real slow with this one. At 20-1, not really looking to include them. Even though it's a bullet workout, it's at a good track, at an unknown track. And let's confirm with the trainer. See his stats. We're just going to go with the first time starter stats. So you can see he's over 42. And we could confirm the bad record with the 2-year-olds as well. 1 for 35. He beats us today. Beats us. So right now we're looking at the 3, the 6, and the 7. Possibly the 6, only because he ran a fast number. He's still a second time starter. Just never know with these second time starters. Just like the first race, we may do similar and bet all the second time starters, because none of the first time starters look like they're touted to win first time out. We look back, we saw the stats with the 1 on the 2 horse. We know the stats for the brewery are not pretty good first time out. Sports no gate drills. Definitely going to need a gate work to win. This horse, he sports 1 gate drill for Mike Maker. Might need a race. No bullet workouts. these horses, right? The 6 horse right here, and it does sport a gate draw coming in, could show speed. The 8 horse, you know, numbers are pretty slow. He's going to need fitness to go 6 furlongs first time out, and only have 3. He's get 3 furlong works. It's only with a half-mile work. I don't know if he's going to have the fitness edge to go with him. The 7 looks like he's going to have the best fitness edge. So yeah, along with the 6, coming out of 5 furlong workouts, 5 furlong races. 5 should be fit a little bit. I don't know if at 92 I can take him. Okay, so 3, 6, 7. Get a look to the 5 possibly. In this race, we're looking for the 3 and possibly the 6 to show the most speed in this race, even though he ran last in his last time out. They improve off that number. So, okay, so we're 3 deep in that last race, allowing us to go 2 deep in this last one to make a $36 pick 4 ticket. And it looks like the pick 4 doesn't start in this race. The second pick 4 looks like it'll be in race number 6, which is good. So we'll see how the first pick 4 goes. And like I said, I may break down a second video. Get into another pick 4 ticket. But here we go with the last race, race number 5. It's a mile on the turf, claiming 20, which 3-year-olds or fillies and mares, 4-year-olds are never, which have never won 2 races. So a condition 20 claimer basically. And as we go, 1 for 9 for the 1 horse. He's a player in here. It's 1 for 28. Might not look at him. 0 for 1. 1 for 8. 1 in the 4 so far. 1 for 5. 1 for 5, 7, 9. Okay, we have the 9 horse who debuted sprinting, now stepping up in class. Rated last time out, going 2 turns. I set it up with blinkers. Showed good speed last time out. Is this for 76? 82 class rating. Okay. Hector Barrios, Sammy Camacho gets off. Sarah Nagel, okay. Don't really like this one, stepping up in class. May not show much speed. Gotta have speed at this level. On a weekend, going on the turf, off a class hike, we want to show a little speed. Don't see it happen in numbers of first off. That's a 3-year-old, 67. This is in for 82. But was a nice win last time out. We'll see how the rest of the field looks, though. So we have the 7, Sammy Camacho, who just won with this horse last time out, jumps off and rides to 7. Who won 2 starts back for 32. Was showing good speed, even though he sports blinkers since his debut. He's been showing speed. His last 2, and for the tag off the class drop. As a 3-year-old, ran 82. Could run back to that number. Could be strong. Want to keep him in mind. 5 horse. Show speed, 2 starts back. Off the extended layoff. He shows speed for starter. This is a 4-year-old who ran fast. Since been in the training out of Timothy Ham, he's run pretty solid. Winning for on the turf. And then going into starter. Which is technically a class drop. He ran fast last time out. Independence Law, he's a look as well. We're gonna get the 4. Last time out at this level, N-type 4-wide move. Okay, trouble at the level is important. It looks like he made a move last time out, so he could have ran better. Could have been a little bit more competitive. He did debut going 2 turns, so you know this horse is going to have finish. Um, we already see speed from the 5 and the 7. And we're going to look at the 6. He's a sprinter stretching out. That's speed. So we have speed to the outside of him. He could get into a garden spot. Could be an overlay at 4-1. Know this horse will be finishing. Tight, no serious threat. Settled. Reading the comments on the side right here. Okay, let's go and look at the other horse. We said the one horse form is terrible. He's raced for this level and ran bad after showing speed, though. More speed to the party, which bodes well. Look like for the 4. For looks like a must shoes. He's faced the $20,000 level. He's run dead last in last couple, 5-6 races. He beats me today. That's fine. The performance is too bad. He's gonna have other pace pressure. Looks like that's the only way he could win. He's gonna have way more speed today to deal with. So he's up against it hugely. The 2 coming out of sprint races. This is a 20s in for 16. He gets the weight break of a lot against most of these horses. A 9-pound weight break. He's a Illinois bred or yeah. I don't like breeding outside of the state or maybe Kentucky bred out bet, as I said before. But sorry guys. Yes, I am handicapping this the night before, so try to get this out pretty quickly. But it is, let's see, back on the 2 horse. This horse has been in trouble. Hasn't had any, has had a couple of trouble trips going for 16 9-1s or 2, but this is for 20 9-1s or 2, so he's making a class hike. And if we look 5 starts back, he raced for a 16 9-1s or 2, didn't really have any trouble. Just was sorely placed and ran empty. He's best looked like closing possibly, rallying. So I think in this race there's a lot of speed. He may take off, but I don't know if he's going to have the class to run past them. Not really rallying for 20, for 16, except his closest finish was, a second beating 3/4 of a length. So, Mario Fuentes not really a good turf jockey, as I know for the last few years. So, leave him off the ticket right now. The 4 is looking very strong. Let's look at the 3. Driven by Chantal Sutherland. You see how hard Mio jumps off a board to ride. Not one of those. Oh, but speed at the condition is strong. Brody's honoring could be the speed of the speed. Debuting at 5.5 furlongs. Then went into all these are sprint races. These are all sprint races. Show speed. Added blinkers one time. Did not like them. Shuffle, led, wink it, show speed. Looking at all the speed he showed in these races. Won by 5 lengths. So let's look at who Amicia Harmil. He gets aboard to ride this horse. Who has not won since his 2-year-old campaign. As we said, we do not like betting those type of horses, so the 3 could kind of be leery today. With all the speed signed on, the jockey getting off of him, we do like the 3. He's 5-2, the morning line favorite. We do like betting speed at the distance, but the fact that Harmil jumps off a board, we have, I feel like another 3-year-old who's running faster numbers with the 7. The addition of blinkers, Um, who's won with the blinkers, so that's a plus. I don't know where the 6's form is at. You know, if he's going to show speed. Um, I don't know what type of trip he's going to get from the 6, possibly speed. He shows speed. That's just, you know, that's an addition to the 3, the 5. You know, all looking to show speed. 5 doesn't get it. Looks like he doesn't run. We don't know the 6. The 7 looks like he doesn't run unless he gets the lead. The 9 just doesn't look fast enough to go with these horses. Sammy Camacho jumps off. The 4, you know, he's gonna be able to settle and, you know, look like Stark and get a good run. So in races like this where you see a lot of speed, obviously the 1 is cheap speed. He's faced this low and hasn't been able to hold off. You do want to play some speed because most of the time the speed does win. If the Let me see how hard Meal stuck aboard. I would love to have included the 3. Because he does not and elects to ride the 6, who hasn't won since his 2-year-old campaign. I'm gonna assume the 3 is a little weak. Now these are strong connections. This is a go-to trainer, Ralph Nix, but I still don't think the horse is good enough to win the day. So that leaves the 9 out of the question, the 6 and the 3 out of the question, the 1 and the 2. The 2 who doesn't look like have the form of the class to go with it. So we're going to go with the 4. And we're in between the 5 and the 7 for our last, you know, pick. And in this case, I'm going to go with a faster 3-year-old in the 7 who jumps off another horse in here. Or another horse in here to ride this one. Jumps off the 9 to ride this one. The 5 doesn't sport blinkers. And he's making a similar move as the 7. You see, the 7 is only won against restricted 3-year-olds. Five may boast a little bit more class, even though that was a start of 35,000 restricted 3-year-olds. The class of the 5, you know, debuted. Look at all the main special races. You know, even though he of a bad race, you know, he got claimed out of, took blinkers off, and went got him on the turf by Constitution. Got him on the lead and ran well. Ran 86 last time out. He has a post position over the 7. If he could get the lead over the 7 at 9-2, it could be tough. But would Sammy Camacho be aggressive enough? To get him over the lead? Last 4 starts, he's had the lead at the quarter pole. And he's been first to second. The 5 who removed those blinkers has shown more speed. June 11 went 23-4. Alright guys, I don't want to make this video too much longer, so we're just gonna hold off on this last race right now. Right now we're between 2 horses. We know we're including a 4, but let's just recap races 2 through 4 real quick. So the second race, we have a 5 furlong 2-year-old race. We're gonna go with horses the 2, the 6, and the 8, and we had a possible your win plate betters out there. The 5 might be a long shot play. We're not going to include him in our pick for a ticket right now, but he is a long shot play as a first time starter. Take a look. We're going to make the 6 our top play, and we're going to include the 2, the 6, and the 8 on our pick four tickets. How is it going to play out? We're looking for the 6 or the 2 to get the lead in this race. The 8 to possibly stalk off of them and close off, but the 2 and the 6 to get the lead, and the 8 to stalk. And then this third race, we have a 5-furlong sprint on the turf, and we're going to go with the 4, the 4, the 7, the 10, and the 12. We're looking for all 3 of the 3-year-olds to show speed. The 10, the 7, and the 4. All 3-year-olds, all coming out of similar races, all should show the most speed in this field, the best numbers. And then we're adding the 12. Oh, sorry, I was just double checking everybody's numbers just to reassure that all the 3-year-olds in this race do have the best numbers, and they're looking like they have a similar or most recent numbers are the best. And we're including the 12 because he's a class dropper at a long shot play. Could run better second time on the turf. So, like I said, we're looking for speed from the 4, 7, and 10. Speed to speed could be the 7. With the 4 showing good speed, as well as the 10 coming out of that maiden race to show good speed. And then we have the 12 that could show speed and stalk. So we have most of the speed horses in the second leg, and we're going to go with those 4 to add on the pick 4 ticket. The 4, the 7, the 10, and the 12. So now we've made it to the 4th race. We have a 6-furlong third race, 2-year-olds. And in this race, we were going with the 3, the 6, and the 7, all 3 second-time starters. We're looking for the 3 and the 6 to show possibly the most speed, and the 7 to possibly the 7 to be the most fit horse, and run them down late in the last furlong or so. Rest really don't. The 5 is a possible. Again, look at as a first-time starter. If you want to make a win bet or include him in your tickets, he does draw a look. But today we're going to just include the 3, the 6, and the 7 in our pick 4 tickets. And now we've made it to the last race where we was narrowed it down to the 4 horse, which we included as a must use, and we was deciding between the 5 and the 7 as an additional horse to add in this race. We was trying to find the speed of the speed. We know the 7, possibly the 6, the 5, the 3, and the 1 all should show speed. And we're looking for the speed of the speed per se to get on the lead. Now, the 5 horse. So if you made it this far, guys, we're finishing up fairly soon on this pick 4 ticket. We're just trying to include a second horse between the 7 and the 5 and the 4. And sometimes you have to take your stand in some races. And I'm looking at this race right now, and I'm loving the number on the 7 as a 3-year-old to beat this field. Who's going to show the most speed? He's showing the most consistent speed, and he's class dropping, of course. The 9 is a step up in class, even though the 6 is class dropping. Technically, the 5 is class dropping, the 4 is steady, the 7 is steady, the 2 is stepping up, the 1 is stepping up. So you have the 5, possibly the 6, and all of the class drop. Now the 5 just ran dead last in a race on June 11th, which was a Friday. Third start off the layoff. The 7, I feel like it's just gonna have the most, known speed. That last race was just very nice as a 3-0 running 82. Does say even pace. I don't know if does that mean he's not gonna have to kick late? He may not have to kick late to go with the 5 possibly. The 5 could just boast a lot of speed. Luca Panici. In this case, I'm gonna go with the jockey who's won with a horse in here with the 7. Luca Panici first aboard. That's not great. He's never ran for this trainer. Well, when William Garcia get back aboard, so we're gonna go with connections. The connections angle on this one. Caffeine O'Connor, Sammy Camacho, pretty solid connections. As a 3-0. So we're going to go 4-7 in that last race to wrap up our pick for a ticket. And that will wrap up the video today. As I said, I might break down another video for races 6 through 9, or even after that 10 through 13. This is a large card today. I just wanted to get this one out there for races 2 to 5. Like I said, 2 through 5. Like I said, I'll be playing that pick for a ticket. If you got that down, good luck to you guys. Like I said, that last race was pretty tough, narrowing it down. But once again, like I said, we will go with 4-7 in that last race. And to narrow it, like I said, narrow it down. The 1, the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 7 should all show speed. We're going to bet that outside speed. If he could cross them, that would be great. If not, hopefully the 4 gets a garden spot and has the ability to finish on them. So our pick for a ticket. We're going 4-7 in that 5th race for a $36 ticket. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And